Kat. How are you?
I'm great.
That's good to hear. Okay, so I heard you have to write something and speak about one of these topics. So I'd like you to choose maybe two and we can work through them today. Are you there? Oh.
Yes. I choose the topic.
Yes, what do you want to talk about? What do you think you have a lot to say?
Describe an interesting old person.
Okay. And another one?
Uh, describe a complaint you made and you were satisfied with the result.
Okay. You saw the ones on the side here as well, hey? These ones. You can choose from them as well. Or are you happy with this describe and an old person and a complaint? Are those the two you want?
Yes.
Okay. Let's clear that. Okay. Right. Let me just, why can't I move that now? Okay, describe an old person. So we can start with, is this person? How do you know them? What you do or did together. Okay. So let's start with who this person is.
He is my neighbor.
Okay.
His name is John.
Okay. Where so describe the area that you live in. Like, is it a complex? Is it a flat building? And where does John live? Does he live next to you or below or above?
I live in an apartment, and he lives next to me.
Is it a big apartment block or a small apartment block?
It's a big apartment. I first met him like a few years ago when I moved into my apartment.
Okay.
Uh, we often jump into each other in the communal garden.
We often bump into each other. Okay.
Over time, I got to know meet Meteoron better, and we began to spend more time together.
Can you repeat that?
Over time, I got to know Meteoron better, and we began to spend more time together. One day, he invited me to his apartment for tea. Um, I was surprised because he is a polyglot person.
A what?
A polyglot.
Can you write it in the chat? Oh, thanks. What is that?
A person who like speak a lot of language.
Oh, I didn't know that. He is a
He can speak over 5 languages fluently.
yeah.
Yes. He showed me some language books and resort.
And what?
Resort.
Can you put that in the chat as well?
Mm.
Oh, resources. Resources.
Resources that he used to learn vocab and grammar rules. Learn vocab and
Ooh, rules.
Um, I was amazed at how quickly he could switch between the languages. What I find the most interesting about him is his knowledge about cultures and history of the country where the languages are spoken. Mm,
Okay.
yeah, yes. I think uh me I think Ron is an interesting person because of his ability ability to speak many language. He showed me that age is not is no barrier to learn new things.
What are you trying to say there? That age is?
No barrier.
Can you put that in the chat? Oh, barrier. Age. What do you want to say there? He showed me that age is
No barrier to learn new things.
not. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we've got, who is this person? It's John, your neighbor. How do you know them? He lives next door to you and you bump into the communal garden, bumped into each other. What you do or did together. Okay, so over time I got to know John better and we began to spend more time together. One day he invited me to his apartment for tea. I was surprised because he is a polyglot person, meaning he speaks many languages. John can speak over 5 languages. He showed me some language books and resources that he used to learn. Age is not a barrier to learning. Age is not a barrier. Okay, is there anything else that you would like to add?
Um,
Ngoc Anh?
can you show me how to read the word barrier?
Barrier. Barrier. Um, what do you read here?
Yes,
Can you say that?
barrier.
Barrier. Okay. Right. So are you happy with this?
Yes.
Okay, let's read it quickly and I will just highlight the words or underline the words that I think you need to.
I would like to talk about my neighbor, John. I first met him a few years ago when I moved into my apartment. It is a big apartment block, and John is my next door. Bump into each other in the communal garden. Over time, I got to know John better, and we began to spend more time together. One day, he invited me to his apartment for tea. I was surprised because he is a polyglot person, meaning he speaks many languages. John can speak over 5 languages. He showed me some language books and resources that he used to learn the different vocabulary and grammar rules of all the languages. I was amazed at how quickly he could switch between the languages. What I find most is his knowledge about the different cultures and history of the countries where the languages are spoken. I think John is an interesting person because of his ability to speak many languages. He showed me that age is not a per year to learn new things.
Okay. Right. So sometimes when you write or when you speak, they don't want you to repeat some words too many times. So we are using languages a lot. I don't think. He showed me. So he showed me some books and resources that he used to learn the different vocabulary and grammar rules of all the languages. Okay. Right. I would like to talk about my neighbor, John. I first met him a few years ago. It's important to pronounce the S at the end of years because otherwise it's only 1 year. Unless you met him a year ago. When did you meet him, Ngoc?
Yes.
Did you meet him a few years ago or did you meet
Yes.
him a year ago? When did you meet him?
Like 4 years ago.
Okay. Okay. So can you read that sentence again? I first met him.
I first met him about 4 years ago when I moved into my apartment.
Okay, very good. We often bump into each other in the communal garden. Communal.
We often bump into each other in the communal garden.
Okay. Over time, I got to know John better. We spent time together. One day he invited.
One day he invited me to his apartment for tea.
Okay, me speak many languages, join his week. He showed me some books and resources.
He showed me some books and resources that he used to learn different vocabulary and grammar rules of all the languages.
Okay, resource.
I was amazed at
Yes, carry on.
I was amazed at how quickly he could switch between the languages. What I find most interesting,
Okay. Let me do this. Okay. Can you read it again from the top?
from I would like
Yes.
I would like to talk about my neighbor John. I first met him about 4 years ago when I moved into my apartment. It is a big apartment block and John is my next door neighbor. We often bump into each other in the communal garden. Over time, I got to know John better and we began to spend more time together. One day, he invited me to his apartment for tea. I was surprised because he is a polyglot person, meaning he speaks many languages. John can speak over 5 languages. He showed me some books and resources that he used to learn the different vocabulary and grammar rules of all the languages. I I was amazed at how quickly he could switch between the languages, but what I find most interesting knowledge about the different cultures and history of the countries where the languages are spoken. I think John is an interesting person because of his ability to speak many languages. He showed me that age is not a barrier to learn new things.
Okay. Just my neighbor John.
John,
Okay.
John,
First.
at first,
Okay. It is a big apartment block.
it is a big apartment block.
Okay. The reason why I underlined those letters is because when you read, you sometimes don't pronounce the S first and is when you speak. I don't know if it's because you are reading and you're reading too fast, but yeah, if you can just concentrate on that,
Yes,
pronouncing the S. And then when we get to, I was surprised because,
because,
yes, it sounds like an O, because, okay. And then five, five,
five,
five,
five,
okay. Because it sounds like you say fi, F-I. Okay, so it's also important to pronounce the v, five. And then resources,
resources,
okay. Amazed,
amazed.
yes, okay. I don't know, how do you think you did, Ngoc? Are you happy with that?
Yes,
Would you like to read it one more time?
okay.
Okay. Once more, and then we can do the next one.
I would like to talk about my neighbor John. I first met him about 4 years ago when I moved into my apartment. It is a big apartment block, and John is my next neighbor garden. We often bump into each other in the communal garden. Over time, I got to know John better, and we began to spend more time together. One day, he invited me to his apartment for tea. I was surprised because he is a polyglot person, meaning he speaks many languages. John can speak over five languages. He showed me some books and resources that he resources that he used to learn the different vocabulary and grammar rules of all the languages. I was amazed at how quick he could switch between the languages. But what I find most interesting about him is his knowledge about the different cultures and history of the countries where the languages are spoken. And because of his ability to speak many languages, he showed me that age is not a barrier to learn new things.
Okay, very good. Just if you read this,
Resources,
resources.
resources.
Okay. Look, and I think it's a very good story, and I think you are doing very well. It's just the S sound that you need to practice.
Yeah.
And then obviously, barrier, you got perfect. And then just resources, 5, amazed, and because. Okay,
Yeah.
but you can take a picture of this, right?
Yes.
Okay, so take a picture, you can study that, and then we can move on to the next one.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Clear. Okay, then we're going to do about the complaint, right? Okay. Okay.
Um. Last week, um, I I made a complaint about the service at a bakery.
Last week I made about
The service
the service at a
bakery. Um, In that day, I was buying a cake for my friend,
Why did you buy your friend a cake? Was it her birthday?
yes, a birthday cake.
Okay.
Yes. And I ordered the cake in advance.
Okay, so I went there to collect.
And tell them to um
Write something special or a special picture.
yes, I offer them to make a cake that look like a picture.
What does your friend like? Or what picture would you print on the cake for her? Hmm?
Uh,
Like,
flowers.
okay. Ask them to print. I'll ask them to decorate. Okay.
Yes.
But when you got there, what was wrong with the cake? Or why did you
Yes.
complain?
When I came to the store, uh, the
Hmm?
the bring the cake to me.
Yeah. Was there something wrong with the picture you wanted, or did they forget to make the
And
cake?
yes, and I was surprised because they make the wrong decoration that I told them.